Welcome everyone to the first ever Pokemon Platinum Pyrrhic Nuzlocke challenge. This series will be a Nuzlocke playthrough of a ROM hack I developed over the past few months. This ROM contains changes to the encounterable Pokemon, higher leveled wild Pokemon, stronger gym leaders, stronger rival teams, stronger evil teams, and a few extra surprises. For those of you unfamiliar with what a Nuzlocke is, it is a set of rules imposed onto the player to make the Pokemon game more difficult. The core rules are that the player can only catch the first wild Pokemon encountered in each area, with no second chances if it faints or flees. Second, if a Pokemon faints, it is no longer usable on the team. And third, all Pokemon captured must be nicknamed. In addition to the previously mentioned rules, extra clauses can be added to the Nuzlocke. For this playthrough, if the trainer ever encounters a blackout, as long as there are usable Pokemon within the PC, daycare, or party, the Nuzlocke shall continue. The EXP share can be used during this Nuzlocke so long as it is only used on the lowest level Pokemon within the current party. If a natural shiny Pokemon is encountered, it can be caught and used on the team, even if an encounter was already used in that area. If any catchable encounter belongs to the species of Pokemon that has already been captured, then the trainer is allowed to try for a new encounter in that area. For example, if a Staravia is encountered late into the game after the player has already caught a Starly, then the player is allowed to try again for a new Pokemon in that area. And with that done, the game shall begin. Pokemon are on our side always. I hope you understand the meaning of those words. That was the comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to the Sinnoh from Kanto. Oh yeah, for those unaware, this game takes place just alongside, or I guess just after, the Pokemon Gold and Silver games. That was always an interesting little lore detail. I guess this was a way for them to hint at the eventual remakes. Oh, there you are. Hey Otto, did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's, that's a really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So if we ask him, I bet he'll give us some Pokemon. Hey, you stay away from my computer. Hey, where was I? Oh, right. We're going to see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Alder. If you're late, I'm fine in 10 minutes. Let me know down below what you guys think of Barry. I always personally thought he was one of the better rivals in the series. Definitely not the most challenging, or at least the most threatening rival, but I always liked his energetic personality, although they tended to overplay that in future games. Thank you, Mother. Sorry I missed your dialogue. Oh well. Oh, here we go. Oh yes, don't go into the tall grass. The wild Pokemon might attack you. Yeah, based on Legends Arceus, if we did this, then we would probably die. Oh, and before I forget, there are some changes I want to make. Text speed fast. I think everyone can be on board with this one. And then we're going to change the battle style from shift to set. This essentially means whenever my opponent is switching out a Pokemon, I won't be prompted with the option to switch out as well. It'll solely be up to me on that turn. Too slow. Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. Yes, Barry, you go right ahead. You go first. You distract them all for me, buddy. Before any wild Pokemon can appear, if we just keep dashing, we can get to Sandgem Town without running into wild Pokemon. Oh yeah, and if you see me skip some of the dialogue, it's just because I'm very familiar with it, so apologies if you're concerned about every line of dialogue, although there'll be some I focus on, and you'll know it when you see it. You'll know why. On your marks. Hold it. You two seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? Hey, Otto, this old guy. Yeah, well now we're not getting Pokemon, you just called him old right to his face, so way to go, Barry, you just screwed that one up for us. What to do? Their world's true. Need to put them on that path. Yeah, is it right to send us into the wild when we're like, what? If they're like 10 or 12 now? Sure thing, whatever you said. I kind of missed that part, but oh well. Give me the... After calling me old and risking your lives, I think you're very much worthy to have these very rare Pokemon. Though they might not be as rare in this ROM hack. Wink. Little wink wink. Look, you have to forgive him for forgetting the briefcase, Dawn. He's getting old. He's getting a little dementia. You gotta cut him a little bit of slack, okay? There's a reason why we're taking him back home. He's gotta rest up. He's gotta take his meds, okay, Dawn? Yeah, I'm gonna just give away these Pokemon to these two random strangers I just met who tried to get themselves killed in the wild and called me old. Yeah, see what I mean, Dawn? He's got dementia. Like, just cut him a little slack, buddy. Alright, so before I choose a Pokemon, so I have 3 options, and this will be decided by my trainer ID. If my last digit on my trainer ID, that being the far right one, if that is 1 to 3, then I pick the far leftmost Pokemon. If it is 4 to 6, then I pick the middle Pokemon. And then 7 to 9, I pick the far rightmost Pokemon. And if it happens to start with a 0, then we just go to the very next digit and keep going on until we get one of those 1 through 9 numbers. Though I'd be fine with any Pokemon I get at this point. I think Gen 4 has some of the best starters, and that's just a fact. So anyone who says otherwise in the comments, sorry, stated right here, you're factually incorrect. And I forgot to check my ID, shit. Alright, you probably just saw that my random number was generated was 9, so that means I get the far right one. And I'm sure people are going to let me know down below how big of a dumbass I am for not checking my trainer ID right after I introduced the concept to everyone. So, apologies. Alright, we get a Piplup. Piplup's probably one of the better Pokemon to start with, especially because of that rock-type gym. Though unfortunately, once we get to the grass shimmy, it'll be a little less effective. But we'll hopefully have other Pokemon by then. Assuming I make it that far and the Nuzlocke isn't a 1 episode long thing. Yep, go on, get back home, go take your meds. Yes, Dawn, please accompany him. He will get lost. Now we could both get Pokemon. Time for the first battle. Now, I want to state, no matter what happens in this battle, this does not start. The Nuzlocke does not officially start until I get gifted Pokeballs from the catching tutorial. I believe that's with Dawn and one of the further routes up ahead, so up until now, if my Pokemon faints, it's fine. You will see why I'm clarifying this right now. Yeah, so in the Pokemon Pyrrhic Nuzlocke challenge, Barry's starter in this game is a Dratini. Now this wasn't chosen just because I wanted him to have a dragon Pokemon, or just randomly chosen because Dratini's cool. If you know your Pokemon lore and Pokemon history, you might be able to determine why he has a Dratini. If you can figure it out, let me know in the comments down below, see if you're smart enough to figure it out. But for now, I should really be focusing on this battle, but I'm paralyzed, and I'm getting my defenses dropped, so I might not win this battle. This might be a bit. Until then, we gotta start thinking of names. Piplup, male Piplup. So we gotta think of like penguin associated names, maybe something cold, something Arctic themed. He's based off Napoleon, so I could go for like a French name. Does he just not have a physical attack? Was he not given a physical attack? But either way, we've won, and now we have some great experience. What are you saying? We ended up losing? 500 bucks. Where'd you even get that money, Barry? You're 12. Hey Mom, I met the old man. Had dementia. Gave me a Pokemon. I'm gonna go explore the world and probably die in combat. Yes, not as threatening. Yeah, Mom, that is yet to be seen. We'll determine that if I'm able to make it to the next town before I lose this Nuzlocke. Thanks, bye, never gonna see you again. And we're off. Now, I know what everyone's thinking. I didn't check my trainer ID, so I'm never gonna know what my actual Pokemon should have been. Well, to ensure that I know it's always supposed to have been Piplup, I'm just never gonna open it and never show you guys it. So that way, no one can make the argument that I didn't get the right Pokemon I was supposed to get. So long as it remains a mystery, it will always be the right one. Hey, it's Cyrus. The flowing time, the expanding space. We'll make it all mine one day. Cyrus is my name. Remember, who are you talking to? Until then, sleep while you can, legendary Pokemon of the lake bed. It can't hear you, dumbass. Yeah, it was kind of a weird guy, just old dude standing by himself in the middle of the lake, talking to people. He's got schizophrenia. Okay, you got again. There's a lot of problems in the Pokemon world. Okay, you gotta cut some people some slack. All right. You have professors with dementia, you got evil team leaders with schizophrenia. Look, it's a whole mess here, okay? But look, they live in a world with monsters that can tear apart Earth, or tear apart the Earth, and summon giant hurricanes daily, okay? Like, the fact that they've made it this far, I think, is admirable. I think they need to cut them some slack, guys. Yeah, let's go. Please, I want to get them so I can get my encounters. I also want to get to name my Pokemon, because I might have an idea in mind. Alright, Nuzlocke still hasn't started yet, so this does not count for my encounter. I'm gonna... You know, while I'm thinking about it, let's take a look at Piplup some more. Piplup, sassy nature, so we got a sassy Pokemon, sassy main lead. I don't remember what Sassy's natures do, so I'll have to check that after this recording. That might affect how we train and what kind of moves we give them. Sup, Dawn? Oh, there you are. Please, come with me. Sorry, I can't do a female voice. This is just how it's gonna sound, guys. The professor is waiting. He's researching. The dementia patient's researching, guys. He's not scary as... He's not so scary so much as he's totally out. See? He's totally out there. He's gone. Dawn and his other scientist buddies have to help keep him in check. Well, well, look who's here. Otto, was it? Let's have a look at your Pokemon. I see. Yes, it seems it's been attacked by a wild dog. This Pokemon seems to be rather happy. See, he liked it. And trusting you with that Piplup was no mistake, it seems. It's always kind of weird to me how Pokemon names are in all caps throughout the series. I don't like typing in all caps. It just looks out of place. But as for Piplup's name, it's based off Napoleon that gives me French vibes. Male, I'm gonna name it Javert. I'm hoping that's how you spell it. I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. If I'm wrong, I'm sure people will let me know down below. So, but anyways, welcome to the team Javert the Piplup. Okay. I see you're happy with that nickname. Quite. When I first saw you two about to step in the tall grass, I thought, oh shit, 2 kids are gonna die! I was shocked. I was astounded by these foolhardy children. It's dangerous to go fight wild Pokemon, so instead I just gave them to them. This was a much safer and rational choice. I'm gonna try to cherish him, but this is a Nuzlocke. Nothing's guaranteed, buddy. Sorry. On to the main topic. There's something I want you to do for me. Allow me to properly introduce myself first, what? You did all this and I didn't even know your full name. No proper introductions? Alright. Again, it's crazy. Pokedex, oh, you got it, buddy. I promise you that this thing will be full of information by the end of this playthrough. No problem, buddy. Yes. Full of data. Full of data. Full of data. It will be full of it. Okay. Oh, you got a Chimchar. That's awesome. Let's look at this computer, see what he's got on there. Special terms and academic writings that is impossible to figure out. See, I can't figure out. You think this guy's gonna figure it out? You think this old man, this dementia man, is gonna be able to read this? Look, he's got a pile of books. He's got a mess. He's got a sink and a fridge. Where do you live? Otto. I have something good here. See, yeah, memory clicked back in. Oh, wait a minute. I think this as well. TM27. Oh, I don't know what this is. Return. Bear in mind, however, that team is only single use. Oh yeah, that's the thing that sucks about Gen 4. Only one use TM, so when we're deciding who gets what TMs, we gotta be very careful about it, because if I use on a Pokemon and it dies, I can't get that TM back. Unless it's from a store, but we won't worry about that. I'll act as your mentor. Look, he doesn't know what he's doing, just listen to me. Listen to me, Otto. Listen to Dawn. Professor's gone mad. I think I've been hanging around the professor a bit too much. To go back. I don't want to go back. Mom, she just ditched me. Can't I just can you teach me how to catch Pokemon here first? I want to get Pokeballs if I'm going back at least. Well then, did you tell your family you didn't, did you? Fine. Fine, I'll go see Mom. But I'll do that next time on the Pokemon Platinum Pyrrhic Challenge. May have messed up my words there, but don't focus on that. I will see you all next time.